Here's what I printed this week for my preschool classroom. I feel like it's the beginning of the year because I had so many new resources and things to prepare for the next few weeks. Let's check it out. Our letter next week is the letter L. This is something that will be at our letter table, our color by letter. This is perfect since we're learning about food and nutrition. They're going to color a lemon using green and yellow. For our large group letter lesson for the letter L, each student is going to get one of these I Spy the letter L pages. They're going to cover the L's with magnetic bingo chips and then pick it up with a magnetic wand. When they're done, they're going to have a marker and color in all of the L's and take that home. This is something that I've been meaning to put out at my writing center. I usually do it a little bit earlier, but I have every student's picture and name, and I put it in a dry erase pocket. This way students can pull it out and have it right next to them if they want to write their friend a letter or give them one of their projects, or just practice writing their friends' names. They use this a ton. I printed so many of these last week, these mini coloring pages. They went through so many of them, so I printed out more for our writing center. It's going to be all of my wow words. You'll see I have a Humpty Dumpty lesson where the word terrified is in the book that I'm reading, and Humpty is fragile. So those are the two words we'll be using this week for our wow words. These are two new resources. So for the shape one, so these are not going to be covered, but our shapes are going to be covered with construction paper, and then you use a flashlight to shine through and you try to match it to the correct shape. And then this one is just, these are going to be flashlight letters, so these will all be covered with construction paper, and then you shine the flashlight through to see animals that are nocturnal. So we learned the wow word nocturnal, so I thought this would be a perfect for a bin where they could shine it through and they could say, oh, an owl's nocturnal, oh, a bat's nocturnal. The easel, we have C is for carrot, G is for grapes, A is for apple, and B is for broccoli, and they're going to paint the different foods each day, so we change it out each day to a new one. And then when they're finished with that, they'll be watercoloring a watermelon. I ran out of Happy Mail. I try to send these home a few times a year, just when I notice the good things in my classroom, and I send those home to parents. Or for the Star of the Week, each month I send these home a month in advance so parents are ready for their student Star of the Week. Here's my lessons for the next 2 weeks. I can go over those in another video. We have 2 new High Five resources. High Five 5 Senses and High Five Emotions. I had that on my list for earlier than the year, but we just got that finished. And then this is our Humpty Dumpty lesson that we're doing this week. So we're going to read the book after the fall, and then we're going to be learning the Humpty Dumpty poem. On here, students can color the word Humpty Dumpty, color Humpty Dumpty, circle all of the H's. In 2 weeks, we'll be learning the letter H, so I thought that would be good. This is the wall that I'll use. So for the lesson, I'm going to bring in a real egg. This idea came from Miss Mandy. You'll have to look her up. She makes me feel like I'm not doing enough. Her classroom is so amazing. And so I got this idea from her. So I'm going to use the wall, have an egg on top, and sing the Humpty Dumpty poem as he falls off the wall and splats into a bin. Each student is going to draw a face on Humpty Dumpty, and then they're going to cut out the egg and the label. They're going to tear him into 4 pieces and then glue it back together like a puzzle. I'm going to bring in some fun Band-Aids for them to put one Band-Aid on Humpty. I was just talking to my assistant about how scissor skills in our classroom seem to be a little low, so we're trying to add in some scissor skill lessons, and we're working on nutritious foods, and nursery rhymes are great, so there's so many skills in this one lesson. So that was a lot. That's what I'm going to be using in the next few weeks here.